Hey guys, what's going on? This is the Wrestling King 619 back with another video. In this video, I will be giving you guys the highlights and recap of Raw June 16th and SmackDown June 20th. Raw started off with Liv and Dominic, and Liv was talking in the ring on how she beat up Nikki Bella the previous week and calls out Io because she never got a rematch for the women's title. Io comes out and Liv wants her to hand over the title, but then things become physical. Now it's the last first round Queen of the Ring tournament. Stephanie Vaquer versus Ivy Nile versus Raquel Rodriguez versus Asuka. It was a good match. Vaquer gave Rodriguez the devil's kiss on the apron. Raquel gave Vaquer the Tahana bomb and pinned her, but Ripley pulled her out of the ring. But it's no DQ. It's fair play because Raquel cost Ripley her match the week before, and Rhea gave her the riptide on the floor, and with the Empress impact to Raquel, Asuka would move on in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Now, Gunther is in the ring after he won back the world title from Jey Uso the week before. He said, "At Mania, Jey was the better man for one night, so who's next? I don't want Goldberg. I cursed him out in front of his family." Gunther said, "A few weeks ago, Rollins, you said that when you win Money in the Bank, I'd become a target. Well, I'm right here." Then Goldberg came out and said, "A couple months ago, you started something with me, and I will end it at Saturday night's main event. July 13th, you're next." Now it's AJ Styles versus JD McDonough with Dominic at ringside. JD gave him a brainbuster and pinned him, but Styles kicked out. AJ won with the Styles Clash despite Dominic getting involved. After the match, Dominic tried to beat him up, but instead he beat up Dominic and had Balor come out to save him, and AJ walked away with Dominic's title. Bayley came out and said, "Becky took my WrestleMania match away from me and wants to challenge her for the title," and calls her out. Becky comes out and said, "We were never meant to be at the top, but you're okay with being second best and would rather have friends than a legacy." Bayley said, "You are afraid of what the crowd thinks of you so much that the night after Mania, you had to take Lyra out too." Becky said, "You want a match? Okay, but not tonight, and not for my title," and was about to punch Bayley, but then Bayley beat her up. Now it's Kairi Sane versus Liv Morgan, but the referee had to stop the match midway due to Liv injuring her arm and probably will be out for a while. Now we go backstage to Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn. Kross said, "You were going to SmackDown and to face Randy Orton, to move closer to the King of the Ring, but you're going to lose because you're insane." Sammy called him a coward that hides backstage and talks a big game, but can't go out there and back up what he says. Now it's the main event, the last first round King of the Ring. Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed versus Sheamus versus Rusev. There were a lot of interferences, but no DQ. Breaker, Knight, Penta, and Sammy assisted Jey Uso, and he would win and move on in the tournament. After the match, Rollins comes out, but also Cody comes out for the save, and Cody and Uso shook hands because next week Cody and Uso have to fight each other to see who goes on to the finals for King of the Ring. SmackDown started with LA Knight, in the ring and called out Rollins, but instead Heyman comes out, and the Brawns get involved, but Knight fends them off with the chair. Now it's Kit Wilson versus Aleister Black. Before the match started, R-Truth beats up Wilson and puts him in the STF, and had to have security guards separate them two, and he wants Cena, and Wilson couldn't continue. Now it's Asuka versus Bliss in the semifinals for the Queen of the Ring tournament. Bliss goes for Twisted Bliss, but Asuka got the knees up, and with the Empress impact, Asuka won and would go to the finals of the Queen of the Ring. Next, Sammy, Jay, and Cody were in the ring, and Sammy said, "It's my time to finish my story." But then Orton comes out. He said to Rhodes, he will do whatever it takes to win King of the Ring and take that title off Cena. Randy said to Uso, "I respect you. Our families go way back. But if it's me and you in the finals, it's not going to be 4 letters, 1 word. It's going to be 3 letters and 1 move." Randy said to Zayn, "You will definitely become world champion, but not at my expense, because tonight I am going to beat you to go to the finals. Now it's the semifinals for the King of the Ring. Sami Zayn versus Randy Orton. Orton kicks out the Blue Thunder Bomb and also had a failed RKO attempt. Sami was going for the Haluva kick, but this time Randy Orton didn't miss and gave him an RKO to head to the finals. Then Nia Jax and Stratton are in the ring, and Stratton is going to put the title on the line in the last woman standing match next week. They started fighting, which Nia got the better of. Then Naomi tried to cash in the briefcase, but Nia stopped her. Now it's Charlotte Flair versus Chelsea Green with Piper and Alba getting involved. Green kicked out of the spear, but she would tap out to the figure 8. After the match, Piper and Alba beat up Charlotte, but then Bliss came to her rescue. Charlotte refuses to shake her hand. Now Jacob Fatu and Solo are in the ring, and Fatu said, "If you want this title, you gotta fight me because I'm all gas, no breaks." Rah! Solo was about to spike Fatu, but he blocked it and gave him a headbutt. Then both Solo and JC Mateo were beating up Fatu, but Jimmy Uso came to his aid. They both beat up Uso, but then Fatu gets them both. Now it's the main event, and R-Truth finally gets the "You Can't See Me" man, John Cena. R-Truth tries to do Cena's moves, which obviously he kicked out of. But Cena wants to leave the match with the title, but Truth won't let him. And Truth wins by DQ because Cena used the belt to his advantage. CM Punk came to Truth's aid, but also gets beat up ahead of their match at Night of Champions and AAs him through a table. Then Cena does CM Punk's infamous pipe bomb and name drops former WWE stars such as Claudio aka Cesaro, Nick Nemeth aka Ziggler, and Matt Cardona aka Zack Ryder. That was everything that happened on Raw June 16th and SmackDown June 20th, 2025. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm the Wrestling King 619, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.